Hello, my name is Alan Perry and I am from Slovenia, Europe. By the way, I'm not a native English speaker, so because my language is native language is Slovenian. Well, today I'm going to talk about these parallel worlds, realities, or dimensions. Um, so let's start. Oh yes, I forgot. From where it is originating this information that I have? Well, from different sources. It is from my experiences, my own experiences, from the books that I read, also from the various documentaries, then from my dreams, and lastly from my channelings. So it is from various sources, but I have um, my own picture of this. I listen to my intuition, my inner voice, my inner guidance, and so I have a completely, let's say, self self picture of this. So first things first, parallel words. What I mean by parallel words, how I use this term. Well, when I'm talking about the framework of our existence, of this existence, you can call it also as God, I call it as all that is, you can call it also as source. I'm often using the term parallel words or parallel realities. I'm using this term in relation to different things. First thing, in relation to the living words. For example, to the parallel world of rocks, to the parallel world of plants, to the parallel world of animals, to the parallel world of mankind, of humans, to the parallel world of ghosts, spirits, and so on. And the second division in relation to the individual perception. For example, to my parallel world, to your parallel world, to his parallel world, and so on. Every one of us is living in his own world. And the last division in relation to the concept of space and time. For example, to the parallel world of the past, to the parallel world of the present, to the parallel world of the future. Today I'm going to talk about this first division in relation to the living worlds. Uh, okay, so parallel worlds in relation to the living worlds. Well, these parallel worlds or realities are most often appointed as the dimensions. You might have heard about this. And I simplify these dimensions in the following way. The first dimension, which represents terrestrial and non-terrestrial physical worlds such as soil, rocks, solids, liquids, gases, molecules, atoms, as well as subatomic particles. In short, this is what they in primary school appoint as the non-living nature. But everything is living, everything is permeated by this energy of the source, of this creative energy of the source. Then we have the second dimension, which represents terrestrial and non-terrestrial physical worlds represented by the cells and plants. So it is, let's say, a dimension above. And it is, we can say, more evolved. Then we have the third dimension, this you already know, which represents terrestrial but also non-terrestrial physical worlds represented by animals, humanoid, and other species. Extraterrestrial, I call it simply as non-terrestrials because they're not extra. You can call it also as aliens. And then we have for the last, no, then we have the fourth dimension, of course, which represents the subtle worlds where the so-called astral or etheric beings are living. These poltergeist, etheric beings, astral beings. These beings are often seen in the lower worlds in the form of translucent ghosts. These are also the worlds where most of our dreams are originating. So the fourth dimension, most of our dreams are originating from the fourth dimension, also from the dimensions above. In these worlds of the fourth dimension, the linear time is losing its significance because the linear time is the domain of the lower worlds. In the higher worlds, there is no linear time; it exists only eternity, timelessness, and this non-linear time. Okay, and for the last we have the fifth dimension and also the dimensions beyond. But I'm not going into the dimensions above the fifth because for first realize that this division into dimensions is the domain of the human mind, not of the higher self. you can have an unlimited dimensions. You can have just one, all the teeth. You can call it all the teeth. Everything is all the teeth. But for our mind, in today's times, most people are splitting the different realities into these dimensions. So the fifth dimension and the dimensions beyond represent non-physical worlds where ourselves or the so-called souls and our souls are dwelling. So the fifth dimensions is this spirit world and also the beyond. This is this afterlife where our souls or the so-called where our souls or the so-called also higher selves are dwelling, living in eternity. So sometimes I'm using the term the higher self, sometimes as the true self, sometimes as soul, but many times simply as the self, this non-physical part of us. So in these words, there is no space and time as we know it on Earth and other lower worlds. In these words, it reigns timelessness, eternity, and instant manifestations, the instant apparition anywhere and anytime, which also means that these words are some kind of starting point for the embodiment in the lower worlds. So we are always there as the higher self, as the soul in this fifth dimension, in the spirit world, even if we are embodied, reincarnated, incarnated in different lower worlds. Sometimes I'm also using the term density, but which is relating just to the form of existence, like human, animal. Now I was talking about these dimensions, realities that are the sum of beings, and also rocks, subatomic particles, atomic particles, and so on. So the sum of all these forms of existence or densities is forming dimensions or these living worlds. So basically, this is all for today. What else? The next time it is about, I think, yes, about these universal facts. Okay, have a nice day. Bye bye.